hide it, of course, but not even Aidan Levanton had the power to stay the winds of rumour. The tale had spread through the city like wildfire, until every street was abuzz with the news. The true fires had soon followed. Serena wondered why they did it. Why a species capable of such wonder would burn their own homes. It certainly wasn't like the flames would harm the Alfur high in their towers. Yet each night, the humans of Goma would break their curfew and run rampant through the streets, smashing and burning, even killing their own. Under other circumstances, she might have thought it a malfunction of their Manus readers. Every human was implanted with one of the devices before adolescence. The Manus readers suppressed their inherent light, protecting the humans from the deleterious effects of the haze. What was happening below was very much like what might happen had there been a mass failure of the devices. But every diagnostic test run by the Alfurian engineers showed the devices were functioning correctly, which meant the humans were acting of their own volition. Serena shivered. Her species had no body hair like humans, and the effect was more of a fully body trembling. She clenched her fist in an effort to control the reaction. It would do no good to appear so disturbed before her father and the other princes. The streets below were mostly quiet this morning, absent of the usual bustle of daylight hours. She wondered why the humans left it to the night to do their damage, rather than daylight. With light itself burning in their veins, the Alfur could see perfectly fine in the night. Perhaps it was just a leftover instinct, a remnant of the beasts from which humanity had evolved. Serena shook herself. She couldn't fall into that mindset, of looking upon humanity as simple animals. It was an easy trap, living as they did so high above their subjects. Those few humans she glimpsed below appeared as ants beyond the glass. No wonder so many of her people had come to view them as inconsequential, insects to be squashed beneath Alfurian boots. That needed to change. The doors hissed open as Serena stepped towards them, detecting her personal signature in the Manus reader implanted in her palm. It appeared like those of the humans, a metallic cylinder with an orb of crystal in its center. The similarities ended there. Where those of the humans was designed to cipher away light, hers allowed her to channel the energy that pulsed in her veins. It granted her incredible abilities, the power to move like death itself, or to heal, whichever she chose. Silence fell within the council chambers as she entered. A dozen pale faces turned to watch her approach. The 5 princes of Talamh sat in their gilded thrones around a circular table. No other heirs were present, but that was not unexpected. While technically invited, the heirs held no power in these chambers. Serena was no exception, but she liked to show up on occasion anyway. Attention hung in the air as she approached the prince's table. She held her head high, eyes unbowed before the Alfur, who controlled the fate of every being upon Talamh. Of the 5, one watched her with outright hostility. Darrell Sandoval, prince of the desert city of Ryza, was no friend of humanity, or Serena for that matter. He'd made his opinion on mouthy heirs quite clear on any number of occasions. He was also a warmonger, and hated the humans beneath their cities with a passion that seemed almost personal.
"Sandoval," she exclaimed, "I heard a rumor you'd choked on a vial of light. I'm so glad to find your demise was mostly overstated."
A rumble of discontent slid from the eldest prince as he started to his feet.
"Insolent child," he growled. "The day you—"
But Serena was already moving on to a friendlier face at the table, that of her former compatriot, Prince Willis Gardner, who had only risen to prince in recent years after the death of his father.
"Willis," she said, her warmth genuine now. "So good to see you again. How goes things in Boostal?" "Cold," Willis replied, "though no colder than usual, sadly. Are you sure you do not wish to trade cities?"
Serena chuckled.
"Again, I must politely decline, my prince. The mountain climate does not suit me."
Willis grunted. Truth was, the harsh mountains of Boostal didn't suit any of the Alfur, but someone needed to oversee the mineral-rich mines of the region.
"Daughter!"
Her father was next around the table, wearing long flowing robes of emerald silk.